you are actually super psychic, but you don't believe that you are. Because you don't feel like you're getting divine guidance. You don't feel like that you're clairvoyant, clairsentient, claircognizant. You feel a little bit disconnected from the heavenly team of light that is yours. Am I right? At least to a small degree? Well, in this video, I'm going to break it down so that you know that you are super psychic and that you can tap into those psychic powers. You are divine. Beautiful children of the stars, how are you today on this glorious cold day that I'm having here in Germany? What's the weather like where you are? Here it's cold and I love going for walks, and that inspires me to talk to you. So, you think you're not psychic? You think you're not connected? You know, for most of my life, I thought so too. I did not believe that I was psychic, and I was really sad about it. And there were certain people in my life, when I was actually doing tarot readings in Canada, that told me I wasn't psychic. Like there was this one animal reader, very psychic, and she had tapped into her gifts. And she told me, you know what, you can't tell me that you just decide to read cards and you're psychic overnight. Either you're born with it or you're not. Either you have it or you're not. And that really hit me hard. And I believed it for a while. But in the end, with more experience, I knew that that was not true. So if you think you're not psychic, I'm telling you otherwise. You would not be here in this high vibrational community if you were not extremely psychic and receiving messages. So there are two things that are holding you back from tapping into your amazing psychic gifts. Two things, all right? And once you understand these two things, this will change for you. This will change for you. So, okay, the first thing is this. You don't trust yourself. You do not trust yourself. Wow, the sun's coming out. No matter how advanced or experienced you are, this is something that hits all of us. I don't always trust myself. And what I mean is this, you don't trust yourself when you're getting intuitive hits, when you are getting messages, when you are getting an inkling, when you're getting intuition, you don't trust it. You say, no, that's nothing, that's not true, that's not right, I'm not psychic, I'm just thinking this. These are just my own thoughts. No, that can't be. And you dismiss it. And that is the main problem. You, my beautiful starseed friend, always have access to your Akashic record. Your Akashic record is your own book of life where everything is written, where divine knowledge about all your lives, everything that you are, exists, and you don't need any initiation or any courses or anything to access your Akashic record. You're instantly, automatically, universally, you are connected to that. Because remember, you're a divine, eternal being of light, a soul incarnate in this human body, and your soul is multidimensional. And your soul is always tapped in to the 8th dimension, which is the Akashic records, the dimension of the Akashic records in the 8th dimension. And your Akashic record is part of your soul. It is part of your soul. Your Akashic record, depends how you see it, is a vibrational library outside yourself, but it is accessed from within your heart. Your heart is a portal to your Akashic record as well. And another way to see it is it's within you, and you always have access to it, and you're always receiving information from it. Also, being multidimensional, you're always connected to your soul, to your higher self, to your angels and guides. Because it's you, it's you, right? And you're always receiving guidance from your higher self. Constantly, because that's who you are, right? So those two things prove that you are psychic. And being psychic means seeing beyond the third dimensional, very fixed, very dualistic reality of physical things like your body, everything we're seeing here. Being psychic means you see beyond that into higher densities, into higher frequencies, into energies. You see beyond the veil that separates our third dimensional reality to other more subtle realities. And spirit is one of those, right? So that's the thing. 1 second, let me cross here. Crossing. You probably know this well by now. I always walk this path and talk to you. So it is not automatic and easy to accept those messages, those feelings, those insights coming from beyond the veil, coming from your soul, the Akashic records, from higher dimensional realities. But you are receiving messages all the time from those places, from those higher places of wisdom and insight, right? But you don't trust it. You don't trust yourself. I work with so many people every single day. And the main thing that holds everybody back, even the most high vibrational light worker, is not trusting yourself. People don't trust themselves. Most light workers get ideas, intuitions, insights in everyday life like this, or when in meditation, or when asking, but they don't trust what they get. They don't trust what they get. And when you don't trust what you get, when you discard it, then the information stops. Because when you trust, when you say, yes, I receive, wow, yes, this is a message from my higher self, this is higher guidance. When you receive that and accept it, you are rewarded with more. That's how it works. If you just say, nah, that's not true, that's rubbish. Or when you don't even recognize that inspiration coming in as higher guidance, it stops, because it's like, you're discarding this, so what's the point of bringing you more in that moment? And then the flow stops, and then it's like a dead end, right? So the very first thing for you to access your psychic gifts, and I mean, it's not even a gift, it's a given. We are psychic beings by nature, right? Do you hear that siren? There's a lot going on today. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay, so the first thing you need to do to access that natural state of being, which is constantly receiving divine guidance to show you where you should move, the decision you should make, if you're on the right track, if you're living your purpose. What is your purpose? All those questions that I get asked all the time by very high vibrational light workers. The first step is to trust yourself, to accept that you're a psychic being, to know that what you are receiving comes from the higher realms, come from your soul. That is wise, that is all-seeing, all-knowing. The highest part of you, the highest vibrational, the highest dimensional part of you is all-knowing. Yes, this is one of my favorite parts. It's so beautiful, huh? Yeah, it's beautiful here. Accept this. Know this. Say now, I accept the deep universal law that I am a multidimensional psychic being that is receiving divine guidance from the higher parts of me that are wise, that are all-knowing, that are all-seeing, that know what is good and bad for me in the moment. This decision, yes. This decision, no. I accept that I am receiving guidance all the time. And the big question is, how do you do this, Natascha? Now, how do I receive divine guidance? How can I tap into my psychic gifts more? I mean, this is a big question that's been asked by all spiritual people throughout all of history. And there's courses, there's a lot there to help you with that. And it is a bit of a journey. It might not happen overnight, but the first thing, if you don't do this, nothing will work. If you do not trust yourself. And how do you trust yourself? You ask your heart. You ask your heart. So, divine guidance, higher dimensional messages, they feel aligned in your heart. They resonate with your heart. Your heart is often that portal of truth, of receiving. Did you know if you're very clairsentient, you receive knowledge riding on a feeling that arrives in your heart, just as an example. And we all have a heart. And the heart is the gauge, the meter where you can tell if it's real or not. Another ambulance. What's going on today? Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. So, everything is a sign. It's interesting, isn't it? You have to repair your heart. You have to repair your trust to be able to tap into that trust, that divine guidance. So trust yourself. If you get a feeling, oh, I feel that this is better. I feel that this is good. This is bad. I feel that this person is not really doing it for me. I feel that this place, maybe I shouldn't go there. So a yes or a no. Check in your heart. And if it feels that this answer is resonating in your heart, then it is divine guidance, and then you should trust it. The second part is when you're actually asking for divine guidance, okay? You're in a meditative state. You don't have to know how to meditate. You don't have to have any extra skill. We all can sit down. I'll demonstrate. I will demonstrate how to do this, okay? 1 second. Ooh, I'm in the main street right now here. See? The main street, pretty empty. It's always kind of empty here, don't know why, but now the church bells are ringing. Oh, okay. Beautiful sunlight. Okay, so I will demonstrate. And this always works. So if you want to receive divine guidance, just sit down on a bench in public or in nature, in your living room, anywhere. And you ask a question. You ask. I'm thinking of a question to demonstrate this, and I'm going to do this process with you right now. So do this with me. Just sit down somewhere. Take a few moments to tune in and just to breathe. Just to calm down and be still. And my question is, I'm going to tell you. I always tell you my stuff. About my mom, I'm trying to look for where we can go. And I got an intuitive hit. Another siren. Oh my gosh, there must be something going on there. What does that mean for us? Anyways, I got a call from a woman, and it's an organization that has families, private families, who take people, elderly people, and maybe their family members. So she called me. It was very easy and smooth. She was so nice, and I felt really good about it. I felt, wow, that may be the way for us right now. So I'm going to ask that question. Is that aligned? Is that a possibility? Is that a path? Is that part of my future path of success? Is this something that really could work out? I'm going to ask my heart right now. You see, we're calm. We are tuned in. I'm going to ask my higher self, my Akashic record. my angels and guides. It's for me, my team of light is all of that together. How does that feel? How does that feel? Those families with that lady that called, that path. And signs come, look, as I asked, the sun came out really, really bright. Look at that. Right there, the sun is coming out. You see? Right there. What does that path look like? When I closed my eyes, suddenly I saw bright, bright sunlight. And that path lit up for me. Physically and in my heart. At the same time, the path lit up and then the sun came out and lit up that path for me. How do I feel about it? I feel good. What I actually did yesterday was I asked Mother Mary and my guides to prepare a family of the highest vibration, a really lovely, loving place. That's a possibility for my mom and me when I come to Germany, that will accept me as well. Another one. Blessings to whoever is on the receiving end of those ambulances. Blessings, blessings, blessings to them. Thank you, Mother Mary, for blessing that household where there is something happening there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm getting a vision of Mother Mary going there and doing miraculous healing and bringing peace to that household. As a side note, right? The blessings we receive, it's good to bring them forward. So yes, that path is lighting up. I'm feeling it positive but neutral as well. I'm not getting this huge euphoric, yes, I got that yesterday. Today I'm seeing a bright path ahead. And in that path towards those families, I'm seeing laughter. I'm seeing figures moving around, smiling, welcoming my mom and me. And I'm saying thank you for this confirmation, for this message. And again, I am now speaking through the portal of manifestation of my voice to prepare that perfect path, to choose that family in perfect timing, to apply, to be ready to receive my mother, to take care of her, and to receive me as well. That it will be a win-win situation for both sides, that we will be happy, that we will be safe and secure and have a solution, have that solution in place. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You see, my beautiful friends, how simply sitting down, being open, asking, trusting, brings forth, brings in this beautiful avalanche of messages, intuition, visions, positivity, and now a manifestation prayer that I did. Right? And I'm trusting it 100%. The thing is this what came in for me is not the only path to our happiness. It is one quantum timeline that is open, that is a beautiful possibility. And I'm not completely attached to that. I believe and trust that this is happening, but I also keep myself open for further and even more amazing possibilities that may arise from that one. So, as a side note, if you're asking for a specific outcome or possibility and you're seeing something, just be open, even more open. I'm seeing this possibility, but sometimes something that you see, a path, is not the last station of manifestation. Whoa, look at the sunshine now. Nice. I'm at my favorite church where Mother Mary is. So, my beautiful friends, always be open for even more miraculous opportunities to arise. And don't get stuck on one thing, right? I'm feeling really good about that. And I saw that vision. And therefore, through my heart, it was confirmed that this was a true psychic message. That is being psychic. Did I see it in multicolor? Did I hear a voice? Did I see like this booming thing? No. The thing is this, you have to trust yourself that you're getting messages through very subtle signs. These things are very subtle, you know, spirituality is subtle. Psychic messages are subtle. They're not grand and huge. Sometimes they can be, but most of the time it's just like a very, very slight, fine feeling, a thought, a little vision, a spark, a little insight. It's those things, and you have to trust them. Trust them. So my point is, when you sit down and ask specifically, whatever you get, trust that, no matter what it is. Because if you are asking, you will receive an answer. That is universal law. There is an opening you're creating, and you are receiving. Like it's like you're doing an opening. You're asking a question. You're opening a chalice. You're opening it like this, and you're asking the question, and then something must come in, because it's an empty space. A question is an empty space to which an answer must come in and must come through. And it does, and it will. But you have to trust it. You have to trust it and be open for any which way that this may come in, right? This may come in any form. Like that sunshine could have been the only thing I felt. And I would have taken that as a yes, because I asked a question and the answer must come in. But it came in multiple ways, in my heart, thoughts, visions, the sun, feeling good. Like everything was confirmative to that question. So when you sit down and you ask, you will receive an answer, and you must trust that. And as you're trusting it, more will come. If I hadn't trusted, if I'm like, I'm not sure, I'm not really getting anything, then the flow would have stopped. When you say, yes, this is coming in, I trust this, and more will come, and more will come. And I could have sat there on the bench with you for 1 hour, going into that possibility, into that timeline, and going really, really deep. You see? Because I said, yes, I trust, thank you, give me more. That's the trick. So trust yourself. Just trust yourself. Okay. All right. Number 2. Let's go this way. There's this van there blocking the way. Okay. Number 2. This is really interesting. Let me go over here. Ooh, that's sunshine. Sunshine, baby. Sunshine, baby. So, number 2, this is an interesting one. If you feel that you have been asking, searching, and you never really got an answer, the reason is this: you're most likely very claircognizant. I am very claircognizant. Clairsentient too, but very claircognizant. And what does that mean? It means that divine guidance comes in form of thoughts. And you always think it's just your own thoughts. We think a lot. We always think, no, that's just my thought. That's not divine guidance. Because you can't really tell the difference. That's the thing. You cannot tell the difference between your thought and a guided thought, an inspiration, a psychic message that comes into your mind, because your mind is your mind. And your heart is not necessarily involved in that moment, especially if you don't know about this. So you're most likely very claircognizant like I am. And all my life I was talking to Archangel Michael. I was trying to get divine messages, and I felt like I didn't. I was like, I'm not psychic. It's just not working. It's not working. I can forget it. And later I knew that I had been getting strong guidance all the time through thoughts, which I thought were just my own thoughts and ideas. Oh, this is an idea. Wow. Because I'm someone that's very inspired. I'm like, wow, let's do this. Let's do that. I'm quick to act. I I've always been very inspired, and I thought it was my own thoughts, but it wasn't. It was divine frickin' guidance from my higher self, from my angels, that were keeping me safe. In many circumstances, keeping me safe, saving me from problematic things that could have happened, that could have ended badly, from moving around in the world, from making big and small decisions. It was divine guidance, but I thought it was just like my own little human, just making quick decisions. And I did not believe that it came from my higher self, but it did. So, point number 2, you are claircognizant and you're not recognizing divine guidance because it sounds like your own thoughts. So how do you tell the difference? It's a tricky one. First of all, of course, with practice. If you practice and actually learn psychic development, it's something you can learn, you know. Like I was saying before, there's so many resources, there's so many courses. I have a course on psychic development, which works really well as well. So I have gone deeply into the subject, and the claircognizant part is the most difficult because it's the most subtle and you think it's your own thoughts. So a couple of tips. You have to practice what we just did just now, to specifically sit down somewhere, ask a question and see what comes in and how it comes in, right? And try to connect this with your heart and feel it. Is this right? Where is this coming from? Because your heart will give you the ultimate answer. So practicing this, you got to sit down and practice this. And also, when you're moving around and you're getting an inspiration, like, okay, I'm walking along here. Okay, turn left. For some reason, I'm just automatically turning left. For me, claircognizance was not conscious, subconscious guidance. Turn left, okay. And when you get that subconscious guidance or even conscious guidance, see what happens. See what miracle awaits. See if you suddenly find what you need to find. See if you have an encounter with a person that's important. So backtrack and see what it felt like when you received that message, turn left, okay? So you can backtrack times where something amazing happened and you're like, oh, I was just suddenly inspired to like go online and look for this flight, and then I found this really cheap flight that popped up and I took it, and on the plane I met an amazing person that really changed my life, you know? So backtracking a little bit helps, and doing what we did, sitting down under a tree. Woo, trees are amazing. Asking your question, opening the chalice. Whatever comes into your mind, how is it coming in? How does it feel? The vibration is slightly different than if you're just thinking a thought from a third dimensional perspective. But in the end, what we want to do, and this is like another step, this is like the next step. In the end, what we want to do is we want to integrate all parts of us, that as we're moving forward in life, we're always receiving divine guidance. It's one, like we are so integrated with our higher self. We are so multidimensional in every day that everything that we do, that we think, where we move forward, is done from a multidimensional perspective, that we're not cut off. That we know when something comes in, it's coming in from a whole being. It's coming in from above. It's coming from our Akashic record. It's coming from our higher self as well. That there's no separation anymore. All right? So, looking a little tired today. Oh my goodness. So that's the thing, my friends. You are psychic. Do you believe me now? You're psychic, you're intuitive, you are receiving messages all day, every day. I hope wherever you are, the sun is shining too. If you want support in your spiritual journey in any which way, I do have options. Just check below the video. As always, I have courses. I have personal readings open at the moment where you can find out what your divine soul blueprint is, your starseed origins, who your spirit guides are, or even to get deep karmic clearing and healing. Those are the things that I do. That's the work that I do, and that is where I get my knowledge and my inspiration from, right? Okay. So, love you all. All the best. Have a beautiful day. Ciao.